The United States isn't the only place with some seriously stupid laws. And we all know the United Kingdom has been around for a long time. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the dumbest laws in the UK. Let's all activate our like buttons with a quick tickle and be on our way. Strictly 1 nut per hutch. This one restricts homeowners to merely 1 lunatic per household. But no worries, if you want to start collecting them, you can apply for a permit. Being homeless is technically illegal. You can thank Napoleon for this one. Napoleon lost, the soldiers came home, and they were left with basically nothing. So, in order for him to combat this, he just made vagrancy outright illegal. Firing cannons is illegal in city limits. This law only prohibits cannon fire 300 yards away from a residential house. So, tip from a pro, move your cannon 301 yards, just to be safe. If you have the plague, whatever you do, don't ride the tube, or else you could be fined a pretty pence, and that's the last thing you need when you have the plague. Have some late library books due? Just tell the librarian that you are cholera-stricken, because it's against the law to return books when you are struck with cholera. You know, I might actually try that one out. I got a few late books. Once upon a time, there was a law that banned gambling in libraries, but someone must have lost a bet and really annoyed the librarian, because now it's just illegal to be annoying in libraries. That shrapnel in our pockets is always falling short when we're at the register about to check out. But whatever you do, don't ask your friend to cover that extra change, because it's banned under the vagrancy laws. As if we needed anything else banned, now heavy metal is banned. Specifically, politicians wearing heavy metal armor suits. But only while attending the House of Parliament, of course. Now, all the politicians will have to rely solely on their wit and charm, instead of using swords. You better Google those lyrics before you decide to belt them in the streets, because singing profanity is illegal. Just remember, when in doubt, just hum the dodgy parts. If you're Welsh and you find yourself in the city of Chester, you better keep an eye on that sun, because it's illegal for you to be out after the sun goes down. As if tucking yourself in at 7 p.m. is the real way to prevent a revolution. Most people know you can't open other people's mail, but you also can't delay their mail. As in, it's illegal to talk to the mailman for too long and keep him from delivering the mail. Perhaps you just save your morning chit-chat for someone who actually cares, like your Facebook groups. Excuse me, ma'am. You forgot your oak bureau and gooseneck lamp. I guess strolling around with a chaise lounge was quite the cool thing to do back in the day, because it's illegal to leave your furniture on the sidewalk. Their arms must have gotten tired so fast. This one I like to call the Pony Express to prison. If you fall off a wagon, don't land on a cow, or else you'll be fined 40 shillings. Due to the incredible amount of smog produced by the Victorians, it is illegal to beat your rug outside. Well, there's a time frame for doing it, but we all know that the reason that smog was a problem was because of people beating their rugs in the streets. It had nothing to do with their factories. Have a neighbor with one of those annoying yapping dogs? Well, it's against the law for your dog to be barking. Makes you wonder if an off-duty judge was just really tired of their neighbor teaching their dog to speak for treats. Pigs in the petunias? Now, pigsties are a messy affair. That's to put it kindly. But it's against the law to have a pigsty in your front yard, unless you have it hidden. Like with a giant wall or something, but that's also dodgy ground when it comes to legality. The UK has whales. Who knew? And I quote, "Any whales taken by the sea belong to Her Majesty." There is a debate, though, about the pond whales. I think that you're good to keep a pond whale. Sweating with panic?
I got ants in my pants.
Totally legal. But looking guilty while holding a salmon is really pushing your luck. Now, this law was meant to prevent poaching, but it's just ridiculous, and I'm getting a lot of great mental images in my head. No trespassing, unless you've climbed a tree to point at a fish. Wait, what? Yes, no trespassing signs are voided, basically, for people in trolling crews, because they were allowed to crawl up on any tree to point out where the big schools of fish were. Now, there's a job that lacks ambition. Is that hamster wearing a seatbelt? Well, no, officer, it's a rat, and no, he wasn't. Okay, this law does make some sense, because having a pet like a dog running around loose in your car can be very distracting. Now, let's just hope you don't get pulled over and get a ticket for having your rodent loose in the car, because that would be embarrassing. Now, again, this law makes some sense, but also kinda odd. This law prohibits your pet dog from worrying any farmer's animals. So you might want to keep a close eye on Rover while he's over there looking at those anxious-looking goats. Now, this law may come as a shock to all of us, but it's technically illegal to be drunk in a pub. Establishments are not to promote drunkenness. Maybe you'll just want to stick to that half a pint and then head on home. Now, my apologies to all the tradesmen and builders out there, but carrying a wooden plank on a pavement is illegal. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking,
Who, me?
I would never carry a wooden plank around on the pavement, but that's where the police has things extra covered. Along with wooden planks, you are not allowed to carry wheels, ladders, and poles, amongst other things. This is perhaps the saddest, weirdest law in the UK. After a funeral is finished, it is illegal to linger for too long, and this one is actually enforced. A man in 2015, Frank Blades, hung around the graveside a bit too long and was actually taken to jail. Now, this was originally for grave robbers, but I think things have gotten a bit out of hand. It is an act of treason to put a stamp on upside down. Do not, I repeat, do not try this one out. I have warned you, if you do it yourself, that's on you. Don't put your stamps upside down. It's treason. This one may come as a no-brainer to some of us, but it is illegal in the UK to cause a nuclear explosion. Whew! Gosh, I feel so much better now. Now picture this. You wake up early. The sun is shining. You grab your boots and your leash, and you go to take your pet cow for a walk. Well, better turn around because it's illegal to walk your cow in the streets between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. because of the noise ordinance, duh. And the next one kind of goes with it. While you're waiting to take Bessie on her walk, make sure she doesn't fall asleep in the streets either, because that's illegal too. Looks like the UK doesn't like cows, and they're just making life that much less fun for them. But as long as you follow these 28 simple rules, you'll have no worries for the rest of your days. Hakuna Matatas. Why not watch this video? Because that'll take your worries away too. And as always, stay safe out there. Roop TT.